Your 5-minute presentation will be followed by a Q&A session where, as in, when I say Q&A, the jury will ask questions and you will answer, not the other way around, just to be clear. Okay, we have first team, the masterminds. Off you go.
Greetings to one and all present over here. I am Jagdish Rath and Greetings to one and all present over here. I am Jagdish Rath and here are my friends Aryaman Das and Akshit Samal. We are the team masterminds from Mothers Public School, Unit 1 Bhubaneswar, and we are here to display the solution for the persona of Vikram Singh. Now, you all must be wondering, who is Vikram Singh? Why have we made a solution for him? Does he have any kind of problem? So now I invite my friend Aryaman to speak about the problems of Vikram Singh.
So let's analyze this problem. Vikram Singh is a farmer who is of age 40 towns and has a land of 1 hectare. The basic challenges here are severe labor shortage and inadequate machinery and the high cost of mechanization. The main cause of this is because the youth in the rural area are moving and coming to the urban areas to get better opportunities and settle their lives. Now, Akshit will explain how the modeling works.
Before coming to a final solution, we should always do an immersion phase where we analyze with the farmers and state what their problem is. After analyzing with one of my relatives, I analyzed that the problems are quite similar to each other, and so that we came with a solution that will solve all type of farmers' initial stages so that there will be proper output. The problems that we faced during our project were quite immense and they were defined thoroughly through our mentors, volunteers and teachers. Such problems that we faced was describing the uniqueness of our project from other existing mechanizations and its stability and durability. Now I pass to Jagdish to explain the prototype.
As you all now know about the problem, let me present to you Farm Field, the automated machine robot which will do whatever your labor can do. It waters the plants through the pump which is visible as see it is watering the plants, and here a motor is rotating. This motor will cut the weight once it detects one. Also, you must be wondering, why doesn't the motor cut the plant itself? Why only the weight? This is because we are dropping some metal hinges over here. These metal hinges are dropped along with the seats which are hummed by the servo motor, as you can see.
As the metal hinges drop, we here have a sensor. This metal sensor detects these hinges, and so whenever it moves near the actual plant, it turns away and cuts all the unwanted plants itself. That is, this machine performs weeding, seeding and irrigation. Now my friend Aryaman will explain how where can we use this model.
We can use this model on the farms where wheat and maize grow. The basic impacts of this machine are that it will raise the production of the farms and help the low budget farmers who are on tight budget, and this will access them to easy production and help them a lot in their economical condition. Now I hand over to Akshit. Now this is just a program.
So that when we make improvisations and modifications to the model. Such improvisations that we made are adding NPK fertilizers that will detect the amount of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium contained, and according to it, it will add the fertilizer. It also reduces the harm of diseases. We have also used a chain system that will be used to control the weeds more efficiently. We are also planning to add mechanisms that will use to flow the field, and later a harvesting mechanism cutter that will also cut the crops accordingly. Lastly, I would like to conclude by thanking all such farmers who inspire us to make such a beautiful idea. Thank you all and have a wonderful day ahead.
bit more detail. You said you met your uncle who's a farmer, right? Can you detail that interaction? Can you explain what type of farming he does and what were your input from whoever you met?
Yes, sir. We actually met my mother's brother, who was actually a farmer. He produces only wheat and potato in his farm. Actually, when we asked him question, he did not quite understand. Actually, he forgot on the phone. But according to him, how much problem he faces and the budget he is on, he explained it very nicely. And using those statements, we were able to come with this solution.
Did you validate your solution with him that this solves his problem in his wheat farm?
Sir, this solution is common for all the basic forms of wheat and maize. Not rice exactly, because wheat and maize. Because wherever you grow wheat, wheat is wheat, and wheat needs heat. So wheat always grows in some specific conditions in whatever part of India. So that is why we took the info like the size of the model should be between the gap between two crops, which was less than like 0.5 meter or something. And so we modified the size to 30 centimeter to 20 centimeter. Initially it was bigger, but now as we have seen it still works. And even though some modifications can be added, this is good enough for a small farm. And I hope if we change the wheels and all, we can also work with other crops.
Just continuing. How does it adjust to the height? Wheat grows to a certain height, maize grows to a certain height.
Yes, sir. So what we can do is
లైవ్ ఎందుకన్నా స్టార్ట్ చేయలేదు అయిపోయింది లైవ్ అవుతుంది అవ్వట్లేదు మన దాంట్లో ప్లే అవ్వట్లేదు నేను వేరే దాంట్లో అవుతుంది వస్తుంది మనకు ప్లే అవ్వట్లేదు
Is it ready? Right, we have our next team, which are the tech wizards. The time starts now.
So hello everyone. So good afternoon everyone. We are Team Tech Wizards from the Global School Madhapur and here Hyderabad. I'm Aditya.
I'm Nilesh.
And I'm Vishnu. And this is our project Automated Farm Security System. So we have been given the persona of this person, Vikas Sharma. Vikas Sharma is a strawberry farmer in the state of Maharashtra, and he has a 5-acre land. So here, this person has a problem of his farm constantly being raided by animals and being theft by humans. So he approached for a problem, and this was a project that we have made.
So what did we do is we built a 7-foot wall, and then we placed ultrasonic sensors on each side of the wall. When ultrasonic sensors detect something, there is a electrified wire which will be in low voltage. But when ultrasonic sensor detects something, the low voltage will convert into high voltage and the person will touch the wire and then he will be fainted or he will get impacted.
Like this electric wire, like converting from low voltage to high voltage, like not exactly fainting, but what's happening is it will give him a non-lethal shock. So no one can dare to touch it again like that, or it will be created in his mind. So what's basically happening over here is when this ultrasonic sensor detects an object, there's an LED over here and it creates the ultrasounds to trigger off animals. Since we can't hear ultrasound, we just use a normal buzzer. So let's see how this part works.
As you can see, when I keep my hand on the ultrasonic sensor range, starts the alarm and the LED starts blinking.
So over here, the LED is like indicating for the people over there. Like over here, we only had one color LED, but the thing we planned was doing to keep one blue color LED and one red color LED, like the ones which the police cars have. So when the person sees it, in his mind, he'll get like a creation, like the person shouldn't be right there. So that's why he mostly. So he knows that monkeys, so for the white balls, structure basic so they are basically a bit scared of ultrasound, so they won't come near this. So the second system we kept to prevent them is an RFID based system. So RFID based system over here uses a servo motor, Arduino, and RFID tags. So these RFID tags also have been divided into two circuits. One for the worker only and one for the master. So the master has all axes, like all servo axes. As you can see, there's one servo here and there's one inside. So the master can open both of them, but the worker has only access to this one. So this one is the worker one. As you can see, the servo motor open and it closes, and this thing remains closed. And this is the master card. When this has been scanned, this has been opened, as you can see, and it closes back by its own. We faced a few servo errors, problems over here, and like that it works. You may be wondering, other cards also, other tag cards are also there. These are few tags which are unauthorized ones, because they won't open at all. This one is unauthorized one. So basically this was our whole project overview right now. And one more thing, we also had a rover over here. Unfortunately it wasn't working due to few batteries and other complications. So it's just what it does is during night time when the master leaves the rover, we give it a predefined area to cover around, to go around. So it goes, you can keep small pipes on it which act as a drip irrigation system, and it is modifiable. We can add a small appliances such as automatic sower, weeder, harvester, like that. And we can also install a camera with AI for face recognition during as far as the security system.
The problems we have faced was we first thought of applying speakers everywhere, every 200 meters. But that would be too hard to implement over here. And then the next one we thought of, the first prototype was us using laser system in every row. Laser system. Finish your sentence. But laser systems are very weak, so even a slight leaf can trigger it. So a farmer will just think it's a false alarm. So we just use these type of systems.
Thank you. Thank you.
Still a Q&A, but not over yet.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Hello. So I just want to understand your immersion journey here. Like, how did you come up with this solution? Did you discuss with the farmer or the customer of the farmer as to what are his limitations or what are his constraints under which the solution has to be developed? And if you can explain that part of your initial analysis of the problem and requirement, and that would be it.
We didn't actually meet the farmer in life, but we read articles of farmers in Google. We researched a lot, and also we know some farmers, sons of farmer who live nearby houses. We inquired them also, and then we came up with a solution.
Did you discuss the cost of the solution or how implement? The land is very limited, right? 5 acres, and you can imagine that we'll have a limited amount of crop, right? So, given that, whether this solution would fit into his requirement.
Actually, this thing is a very simple and it's a most basic one we could have done. So this can fit under the affordability cost over here. So what? So what we actually didn't meet the farmer person, like our volunteer herself. She gave us few ideas, like she's just farming. So she gave us a few ideas like how her crops are also being destroyed and what we can do, what we did over here, and we read many articles online like that. It's actually very affordable because to be honest, the most expensive thing in our project is the concrete part. All the other microcontrollers, sensors and everything, we can arrange it in less than 5,000 or 5 to 7,000.
And is concrete wall itself a feasible solution?
Actually, like concrete wall right now, most of the farmers default have at least a basic wall, not concrete, at least a wall they have. Not even a wall, they at least have a fence, and on the top of the fence also we can integrate these.
What is the range? So you mentioned that birds. How are you able to how are you handling birds here? Like from the
birds, what we did is like generally they keep scarecrows, but over here we unfortunately couldn't find those materials to make it. But for birds, we researched on the plants like which times they do the attack on the farms, and we found out that most of the time majorly it's like early morning and right before sunset. So what we can do is, since like this, you heard like this thing was making the sounds, so that is supposed to be ultrasound. So this system we can like make like at from 5 to 7 in the morning and evening, like 5 to 6, play ultrasound, which triggers of the birds.
You have like so many personas, right? What's your motivation to pick this one?
Like, farming is one of the most basic, like it's 70% of our population is being based on farming over here. And their crops are being destroyed. Like farmers are the people who are feeding us, but no one is there to feed the farmer right now. So if we build something like this, the farmer will have a protection. He'll have a security for his crop. There will be an insurance. This thing can act like that. So he has security for his food, and also it also helps in the economy of the country at the same time. So, like that. And also we have selected this due to its simplicity. Like it was a big problem and a small solution, which we call easy solution, simple one, which we thought about it.
So just to confirm, your fence is for humans, and your light and sound is for animals. And
light is for humans.
Light is for humans.
Light is for humans, and the sound is for animals.
Oh. And that fence, the electric fence, is for humans, right? Basically.
Yeah, it's like so that so if we just build a 7 feet concrete wall, there are people like 6 feet tall who can just simply we can just jump over it. Okay. Why do we need a wall? So for those people people, we make the fence.
Just one final question. Was it thought of as a kind of a community solution? So say one small farmer or group of small farmers sharing a solution, because everybody nearby will have the same problem.
Yes, actually we can implement into a community, like we enclosed it in the 4 walls over here for a single farm, but multiple farmers together can collaborate, invest into this type of farm, and like they get a better output. Small input, bigger output.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, sir. A dog.
Dog.
So like it's 5 acres.
3 dogs.
Sir, actually I came across this article in Google. It basically said that one farmer kept a dog and he killed the dog and he robbed the whole farm.
Who? The intruder?
I mean the thief. He killed the dog and then he robbed the farm.
Guard dogs are a very common occurrence, right? I mean, maybe that particular, maybe if you put a Pomeranian, then maybe he will kill it. But the right breed of the dog. Have you thought about solutions which are not technical is probably what I'm trying to ask.
So like actually I agree with your point, we can keep dogs over here, but the thing is in rural areas there are like kids playing everywhere. So they'll be like, okay, let's go take a few strawberries by mistake. Like, you know, the kids, they'll be like plucking out stuff everywhere. We were also one of them before. So they just jump over, pluck, and the dog comes and attacks them. So you know the condition, what happens, right? It's dangerous. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, everyone.
That was an interesting prototype and an equally interesting exchange of questions and answers. We'll have our next team coming on, who are the Knights Templar. In the meanwhile, if you would like to, during the Q&A session, if you'd like to go up on stage and take a look at the prototype, also please feel free to do so. Yeah, sure. All right, ready to go? Your time starts now. Oh. Hold.
Good morning, everyone. We are Team Knights Templar from Prava. I am Swasti. This is the
for the education to have
tractors, and it is very affordable, less than 5 lakhs.
Okay. We've incorporated 3 main features from the American combine harvester. They are the header, the threshing drum, and the blower.
But even if these parts are from American combine harvesters, the entire design from the ground schedule, like how the crop enters and goes up the conveyor belt to the thresher, then it gets threshed and the remaining stock of the wheat plant goes up. Yeah, so this is our working model. So how it exists from the conveyor belt and how the crop working here, and like the crop enters and goes up the conveyor belt and it exists crop. The entire design we have done it ground scale from conception scale.
Here, and the header feeds it inside the Archimedes screw. The Archimedes screw then feeds it upward to a threshing drum. The threshing drum is a cylinder with gas which crushes it against a curved mesh. The straw is then pushed out of here and it exits. The remaining chaff and the grain comes down over here, and there's a blower which is blowing over here, and the chaff again exits over here. The pure grain is then transferred upward through a grain pipe into a grain tank.
So we have one more very innovative part in our mini combine harvester, which is called the tillage here. If you see it spinning here. So what this tillage is gas which goes down the soil. So after you harvest here, there's a stubble remains here. So what it does is it cuts the stubble in small pieces and mixes the soil with it so that it decomposes. So this basically harvests and removes the stubble, so there's no other problem to the farmers.
Spinning here.
And
So
if
what this tillage is gas which goes down the soil.
the stubble will degrade into soil within just 2 weeks.
Now a demo.
You have 1 minute left.
So our journey so far is that we conducted some interviews and did some online research. And then we also made a conceptual sketch about our idea and a more detailed version of the structural blueprint. And after that we also made a 3D CAD of the model, and finally we have our working prototype ready.
time's up, guys. No, sorry. If you want to say something for 10 seconds, but once like 10 seconds, not more than that.
Sure.
Quickly, wrap it up now. Not the slides, speak.
Okay, so basically, till now, whatever we've done with the entire scale, and not just for the prototype, not just for the Makeathon. We want to implement this in the rural areas. So we'll send our proposals to big companies like Mahindra and John Deere. We will send them and we'll just ask him to make one machine of it, and we can present that in a gram franchise in front of all farmers. And if they see it, how it works, they will easily, they will think that if it's cost effective and...
Time's up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, really detailed, very impressive.
Judges, we're sorry that when we came out, actually the battery fell and...
Yeah, that's okay, man. It's understood the idea. Just on costing, you mentioned 5 lakhs. So how did you arrive at that?
So 5 lakhs is very, really interesting story. So we have interviewed agriculture scientist Rajesh Tatai from Sifat, Ludhiana. So he said in Punjab, the majority are marginal farmers. They have only 5 acres land. And they can, per year, they can only 10 lakhs is their revenue. It has to be less than 5 lakhs.
No, my question was, the cost of your equipment is 5 lakhs. Is that what I read correctly?
No, 2.5 lakhs. 5 lakhs is the original estimate. Now we've calculated and found it to be 2.5 lakhs.
How did you come to with that number?
So actually we have seen what this real scale prototype needs is 1200 cc engine, which is 1 lakh first hand use. And the steel part, the aluminium alloys, we are using 1 ton of aluminium alloy. Aluminium alloy per ton rate is 1,80,000. Sorry, 1,08,000. So we used that and other parts like the gearbox engine. We have calculated the price and we have estimated it to be 2.5 lakhs, adding engine, gearbox and the aluminium frame for the parts.
And one more.
Any idea as to how much commercial tractor today is available? Just Mahindra's tractor itself.
6-7 lakhs.
6-7 lakhs. Okay. So in your design or in your solution, did you think about using whatever is available as is? Like using what is available today in market and just putting them together instead of building everything on your own? Did that part of analysis go through?
Yeah, so we have the design like the header threshers and the winnowing part. These are existing designs we have just incorporated in our design, but the frame, the structural frame we have designed from the grain book. The components are already there in combined houses of America.
Right. So this tractor is to be constructed or you just take whatever is available?
Yeah. Okay. So what our idea was, the combined harvester will be pushed by the tractor. The propulsion, there's nothing propulsion in the combined harvester, the mini combined harvester. The tractor will just push it. And every farmer has a tractor. So that if we include propulsion in the combined harvester, the price will skyrocket. So tractor does everything. So that's why it's either attachable or detachable tractor or bullock carts.
Okay. One observation on your stubble thing, I really like that idea that you can address that problem while you are harvesting. Did you also think about collecting the what is it called, chaff?
Yeah, chaff.
My personal experience with my father was that was being used to feed the cattle. So did that come into thought process to collect that and probably you use?
Okay, so the first thing is that it's just a prototype. We could not include it. It was a bit more tough. But then we can also, allow the cattle to graze across the across the land. And then we didn't want to increase the complexity. We wanted to keep it as helpful as possible to the farmer. Unnecessarily accessorizing did not make sense to us. We wanted to make it the most useful.
Okay, thank you.
What is the biggest challenge that you faced while you were, prototyping
Prototyping, okay. So the biggest challenge is size. Every other model is small and fittable to this making space. Ours, due to the complexity, you see 3 conveyor belts. that's the smallest conveyor belts you can actually do using the equipment we find here. So that's the biggest challenge of making it big, and we face challenge here also. We couldn't like successfully transport it down. The transportation and the making it on a huge scale was our biggest challenge during prototyping.
Did you talk about this solution to any farmers? Did you validate it like after your design?
Yeah.
And then just showed it to any of the farmers?
Not yet.
Okay.
So till now we have done only the immersion phase, asking the problems of the farmer, being in their shoes.
Okay. How many people did you talk to?
3 people.
Okay. And how many people do you think you can sell this one to?
Okay.
In a village of like 1,000 people, how many people do you think is actually?
So what our plan is, this thing does, if we have a 5-acre farm, it will just do the work within 20 hours, which is 2 days. A farm, if it's 5 acres, it'll just harvest in 2 days. So per village of the 5, we could guarantee that every farmer will do, like if there's 500 farms, all 500 lands, this thing could do the entire job of the whole village within a month, which is the harvesting period.
Okay.
Manually, it takes 2 weeks. This entire village will do it in 2 weeks.
Okay.
One small thing, this can also harvest within 13 to 14 hours. It can vary between 14 to 18 hours depending on the exact specifications.
You mean the acreage? Like how much acre of farm you have to cut?
5 acres will take 14 to 18 hours using this machine.
Okay.
An approximate.
Okay. And on the question of personas you spoke to, you mentioned one of the agriculture scientists, but who were the other people?
So other one was an organic farmer. He was Agrotech Limited. I believe it was a company name. It was his company. He is doing an organic farming of 10 acres land, but that's for paddy. But we feel it's similar, the paddy, and problems could be similar, so we still talk to him. And one more person called Prabjot Singh. He works in Sifat, Ludhiana again. He basically told about the labor shortage problems. Like we still couldn't understand, but he told something like Merega scheme, how the government is affecting the labor shortage in the Punjab region.
Yeah. Okay. Manrega.
Manrega, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next team will be Imagine Access.
at the end.
All set? Your time starts now.
Hello everyone, so we're Team Imagine Access. I am Tanish Kulkarni. This is Nabhya Mistry.
I'm Dheeraj Chandak.
And today we're here to present our prototype.
So this is the Irradapt, and it is like irrigation adapt. So it is a climate adaptive irrigation system. So we'll start with how it all started. Just imagine you're a grape farmer who lives in Nasik, and everything's going fine, your grapes are irrigated, it's all nice. And suddenly, we all know that today is the era of climate change, right? Suddenly, it rains very heavily. Okay, not heavily enough to destroy your crop, but very heavily. This causes a very big change in the quality of your grapes. So the quality is lowered, and in the grape market, let me tell you, the standards of quality are very high. So the quality are lowered, your income is lowered, and you suffer. So this is our persona. This is Ramesh Kumar, a farmer in Nashik, Maharashtra, a grape farmer in Nashik, Maharashtra, who faces the problems of climate unpredictability. So at first, when we were given the profile of this persona, the problem stated was uneven ripening of grapes and problem in identification of grapes. But after researching a lot and talking to people in the industry, we got to know that these problems actually do not align with those that truly exist in the grape farming industry. So it was a fact that was backed by research and also quotes from farmers. So we decided to make problems ourselves. We researched more and we found that climate unpredictability was the greatest, perhaps the greatest problem faced by the grape industry in Nasik. And that's how we ended up with this problem.
Yeah, so basically, we came up with a solution which is simple because the problem is quite actionable. So we have introduced two systems. One is the weather database, which collects the weather input and it combines it with micro irrigation, which has like a drip system irrigation but with micro sensors and like sprinklers beside the base of the plant. So what it does, it runs algorithms by taking the input from the weather like humidity, temperature, then also the soil health of the surroundings. And according to that, the algorithms are run and it provides water and irrigation automatically to the farm and also backs up as an alert system for if there is a calamity like rainfall is too much, the soil is like drenched with water, overflowing or underflow also. So it provides irrigation, backs up as an alert system. So basically the requirement for farmer to come to the farm is limited and he can focus more on other tasks as his family, house, etc. And at the same time, it boosts up the economic growth. Yeah. Next.
So now when we look at the scalability and practicality of the model, this model is clearly very scalable as it is decentralized, it is controlled by farmers or in a specific locality, and a lot of other elements, including future prospects, can easily be implemented into this model at a later stage, including AI predictive ability and micro irrigation systems, which is a more advanced version of the irrigation system we are using. So now we will look at the demonstration of the model as well as a video of a close-up.
So
I would like to request the judges if they can to come here and see the model a bit more clearly.
It is portable, and like it has various sensors, like soil moisture sensor around the vicinity and also in the farm, and also humidity sensors and temperature sensors. So it runs various algorithms. So currently you can say water is scarce. So as the water is scarce,
The moisture sensor in dry sand, you can see it. So it is detecting the dry sand, and that's how it senses that the water is very scarce. There is no water.
and also according to that, the buzzer like it starts, so the alert system is gone, and as our future vision is also that we can send SMS, notice, email, etc., and place this one in the district also, so we can send it to the cloud, and other farmers can get the notification before, and they can understand what to do and like predict what can happen to the farm. So like this is a irrigation system which is fully autonomous. So there are like micro irrigation, so like the drops and sprinklers. So as the water is pumped due to the pressure, okay, so this was a project, and it requires none to less requirement for the farmer to arrive at the farm, only for maintenance and repair. It's working, but the pump motor is jammed.
The pump motor is jammed, but we can actually test the sensors out. No, not here, not here. Oh, here. There's no water inside.
So humidity and temperature. So water present.
Water present, because we put this thing in the water here.
So like
see that,
farm
right?
also already water is present. So there is no need for the pump motor to start. So if this is like there and like this is
So this actually combats the problem I told you earlier. That there's heavy rain, and then irrigation also that causes a lot of damage. So there's heavy rain but no irrigation. That's fine.
flowchart.
No, only Q&A now. No further statements, only Q&A.
So I'm a little bit confused. You talked about a weather system. You looked at the soil conditions, and you said you're going to send all alerts to the entire village. So is it a weather monitoring system that you're actually also trying to do, or is it like just the soil conditions and then you're localized for your farm? Like
I'll clarify this for you. This is limited to the farm. One system per farm. So one of the moisture sensors is in the farm where the water is being irrigated, and one is outside the farm where there is no water being irrigated. So that helps us understand is it raining or are we irrigating it? Okay, that's a very simple structure.
Adding on to this, we are basically integrating both systems together, something that we feel is unique as per what we have seen. Because weather forecasting systems exist and irrigation systems exist, but there is no smart irrigation system which inculcates the weather forecasting system, which collects data from the environment and advises farmers based on that data. And obviously the irrigation system is also autonomous here.
Why not use the weather forecasting systems data rather than you trying to build something on your own?
Because this is decentralized, so there is no central entity containing it, and a locality can have this weather station involved. Also, the weather stations are distanced far apart. So this gives a more localized perspective on what is happening and a more direct approach to understanding the issues that the farmer may face.
How accurate can you be? What is the feasibility of this, right? And how accurate is it going to be, and what is the cost of this?
So, okay, so first question, accuracy, right? So we are not focusing on predicting and instead giving the real-time data. So prediction would be our last option, but it mainly, it takes the real-time data and works on it. There is no prediction here. And the cost about it, so the irrigation system and other irrigation system in the market which is already present, sprinkles. The total, we can do it in the 5,000, and in the future versions, the only way the cost could go up high would be using special accurate sensors for, like, we can inculcate the rain sensors, and also the material cost, like how to build it, make it like special technology for waterproofing it and all that. So that's the only way the cost of the product will like increase.
Yeah, so another thing I'd like to add is this is mainly a prototype cost which would work at a small scale. But if we want to scale it up to a locality or something, we would have to use a better version or a better built version of the weather station, which might bring the cost up a bit. But the main cost would be the irrigation system, as the pipes have to extend for hundreds of meters along with a good pump. So that'll be the main cost. The data collection would not be too expensive at all.
So can you talk about your immersion? Like you basically are saying the problem that is given, which is the ripening or not being able to detect the right time of ripening, is not a problem, but irrigation is a problem, right? And can you give me like how did you come to this? Was that real feedback from the farmers? Because grapes, to begin with, start with irrigation. So this problem typically is always addressed before farmer even plants the, right? So how is that an existing problem? That would help. And about rain, right? So I didn't understand what is the protection against that.
That was just an example, but yeah, I'll get to that later. For now, I'll tell you about the immersion phase we had. So during the immersion phase, for the first few days, we researched on the problems that were given to us and the environment of the persona. So we got a lot of research papers about unripened grapes, but they were not giving any extremely solid statistical evidence or something. Okay. Then we talked to a farmer who is in my acquaintance. He's a owner of a grape farm in Nasik. So what he said was, I'll explain it to you in his terms. There are two types of grapes in Nasik, the white and black. White is like the green grapes and the black ones are those red ones. So the white grapes are regularly blooming. So you only need to harvest it once and it's done. The black ones, they need to be harvested twice, but even then there is only the gap of 15 to 20 days in it. Okay. So, and there is also not the problem of storing them, because the traders immediately buy the grapes as soon as they are harvested. So there is no problem of storage, no problem of uneven ripening. Also there was another one about this thing, recognizing the grape whether they are ripe or not. So what the farmers in Nasik believe, according to both of our contacts, is that they prefer the reliability of experience more than the perhaps less cost of mechanization. So they want their farmers are experienced, they've been working under them for years, they want their farmers to recognize which is ripe, which is not, and pluck them.
Yeah, and the technology to understand the ripening of grapes already exists. It's just not widely used because, as he said, the farmers believe in experience.
About this the product here. So why do you think that is a problem? Is that really a problem at all, or that is already a solved problem?
So the problem is not exactly irrigation. Irrigation is a solution we are giving to the problem. The problem is climate unpredictability. So you know, in today's era, like we've got monsoon today in Maharashtra when it was supposed to be 2 months back. Get it? So the climate is ever changing, it's going crazy, and that's why we decide, it's a change, right? It's an endless change, and to cope with change you have to adapt. So we decided to create an adaptive system that works in every type of environment it is given. So if there is a disaster, of course the farmer can't do anything, even if he doesn't have the system. Even if he has it, he can't do anything. But it is making the farmer less vulnerable to climate change. Okay.
So the net solution, if I understand correctly, is whether to do the irrigation at this stage or not is the solution, right? Like if the land is moist enough, don't irrigate. If it is dry, then irrigate. That's what basically.
That's what it is. Yeah. whether to do irrigation and what stages, like less irrigation, more irrigation.
Thanks. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Excuse me, we'd like to give our tagline for a bit. Like, imagine.
Guys. Oh yeah, that's it. No more statements. Enough statements. Okay, what?
Imagination is the key, and we hold its nexus. So, thank you guys. Let's go.
Thank you. Wrap it up. Next we have team ingenious ideators. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes? No? Ready? Not ready? Easy. Don't fall down. Your time starts now.
Good morning, my name is Yashwant. I am Mallesh and I am Kavi. We are from the Pupil International School and we are team engineers ideators. The persona we have chosen is Seema Rani, a resident from village near Madurai. She walks 5 to 6 kilometers to an RO system to collect clean drinking water for her family. And for other users, she gets water from a poorly maintained tank which puts her family health at risk. So our project aims to give her reliable water and also safe drinking water for her family. So we collected data from our relatives and our friends who live near Madurai. I pass on the mic to Kavi to talk about the observations.
We conducted virtual observations to access existing way of collecting water. Now you can see two pictures. One picture note that even after they get water from the RO system, they still needs to search for water due to water shortage. And the other picture notes that they get a water supply once in 2 days. Now I pass on the mic to Kavi. The solution we selected is an AWG system, an atmospheric water generated system which extract water from air and converts it into drinking water. So now I will be explaining how does it work. First, air intake and cooling. Ambient air is drawn and passed over the cooling surface. Silica gel absorbs the moisture and then the thermoelectric cooler, which is also known as the Peltier, helps in condense the moisture into water. Condensation and water collection. So the condensed water will be collected in a storage tank which is under the Peltier. Storage and monitoring. The purified water will be stored in a tank. The sensors are humidity sensor, moisture and waterfall sensor, which will help. And now the user control with Bluetooth. So the Bluetooth technology allows user to monitor the product using an app. The app provides real-time data on humidity, waterfall, temperature, and storage. The compact user-friendly design. The system is scalable, durable, compact. It makes sustainable villages for a village setting. It is easy to operate and maintain this design for users with minimal technical expertise. Now I pass on the mic to Yashwant.
We expect our product to help SEMA in the future, and also we expect other villagers to also use our product, and we hope it will be helpful for them. And we will be showing a prototype demonstration right now.
You can touch this. Sir, as you can see, here is a belcher which helps, it will absorb the humidity and make it into water. If you want, you can touch it and feel it, sir. You can see the moisture. It's becoming colder.
1 minute left.
No. Yes, sir. It's cooling that. Now, this Arduino Nano is a microcontroller, sir, which will help in activating the humidity, waterfall, and moisture sensor here. So here you can find a humidity sensor and the moisture sensor are in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is that?
Yes, sir.
We also have a video. If you want, you can see it, or
And time's up. Guys done, no? Right, over to you.
Alright, thank you guys. You are probably the youngest who have presented so far, and you have presented really a very complicated idea. So, you must have gone through a lot of preparation, so, well done, guys.
Yes, sir.
I just want to understand, before you came to this solution, did you think of any alternate solutions which could be probably less technology dependent and could be solved easily, like probably looking at wells or some kind of underground water collection or any other options rather than just collecting water from air. And typically this may work for situations where there is a lot of moisture, but how does it work for places which are drier?
Sir, so SEMA is in a place where there is a water body near them. As you can see, there is a river Vaigai, sir. So which will help to develop humidity there. So, and we also, while going through websites, sir, we found many solutions. But we also went to a website where we found real life examples, like when spider webs are made, sir, they actually use the humidity and collect water, which will help the spider to drink and stay hydrated, sir. Like those for frogs, the moisture will be attached to the skin, which will easily be absorbed. Then they'll be hydrated, sir. So with using this, we came to an idea to do this, sir.
Thank you. Good effort, but you should probably look at alternative solutions. See, I don't know how many places did you really see water getting produced out of the air. Did you see anywhere? Did you find on YouTube or anywhere people producing that?
Sir, can you repeat the question, sir?
Did you see people producing water out of the air anywhere? Just from YouTube videos or anything?
Yes, sir. We saw some videos where people are generating water from air by using silica gel, sir.
Okay.
So silica gel absorbs moisture from everywhere, sir. So when you heat it, the moisture will come outside of it.
Okay. Alright, yeah, it's good to look at alternative solutions for
some of these things?
Sir, we actually saw alternative solutions, sir. So this product is already available, sir, but it's using gas, sir, which will cost more, sir. But this is using just electricity, and it's uses less electricity, sir. So this can produce 5 liters a day, sir, and this will consume 150 units per hour, and this is also affordable, sir. Thank you, sir.
The video is being displayed.
I think wonderful effort. This is one of the most complicated, persona. What made you pick up this one?
Ma'am, so fresh water is the first and foremost medicine, ma'am, used in the world. So when they are not getting clean drinking accessible water, ma'am, it makes them dehydrated, and this persona needs to walk 5 kilometers every day to get pure and clean water, which is a very tiring job, and she after this can't do any family, like manage her family and do other works, ma'am. So we tried to help her using this, ma'am.
Thank you. Great effort.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks for your time. We are Engineers Ideators signing off.
Oh, you guys are engineers ideators. Oh, okay. We already got that. I'm messing with you. Check. All set? Your time starts now.
Yeah, good afternoon, one and all present here. We are Team Sonic Challengers from Vidyaniketan Public School. So, my name is Vineet B.S. I'm Chirag. I'm Meet. Yeah, so we have chosen the persona Vikas Sharma. He is a 30-year-old strawberry farmer from Maharashtra. So, he faces mainly 2 challenges.
which are frequent thefts by nomads and damage of crops by wild animals. So this affects the safety and production of the fields, mainly the crops. So he has been facing many difficulties in maintaining the farm. So how did we come to this solution which we have done here? So mainly the main thing we do is understand the basic needs. What does the farmer need? Okay, then we mainly focused on what are they mainly using it right now. They're mainly using electrical fences, shock machines, and also chemicals, which are very harmful. We don't need to use any of those. We have to keep in mind to protect the farmer and also not harm the animals. That should be the main concern. So after going through many reports, we have seen because of the electrical fences, there have been many animals killed. So to merge all of this, we interviewed two farmers to know the ground reality and their experiences. We also went through several reports and documents. So Meet is gonna explain about it.
So, as Vineet said, we interviewed the farmers, we understood their conditions, the problems that they face, and we immersion phase, we went in the depth of the problem, why it is essential to the need to solve this problem, and then our journey, it started all along from there. We have like about 1 week we had research on this, and then we continued with our check with the technical feasibility and understood the solutions, that how can it help the farmers, and then we arrived at the prototype which we have right now. So basically our prototype contains an ultrasonic sensors and a motor that sprinkles water when it detects anything in a range, and then we have so we'll just check it out.
Okay, so how our project works. So there are ultrasonic sensors, and when obstacles are detected, we trigger the mechanism of the buzzer. We used buzzer instead of ultrasound because we didn't have, and it triggers the water motor. So we have used these triggers because of wild boars. Wild boars are scared of sounds. And for birds, we have used water pump, which is activated for around 10 seconds when any obstacle is detected. So many of them can think that how can this be? If a rock is in middle, then it can detect. So for this technology, we have used AI cameras. We have trained the model with around 10,000 and plus images, so that it detects the false positives and recognizes if the animal is really present or not. So we have the camera here. If the judges please come.
1 minute. 1 minute left.
We have integrated this AI with Raspberry Pi module, and we have used the YOLO V8 module for AI model. So if the judges they can see the model. So when we are showing the picture of wild boar, it is detecting with the percentage rate of 86%. So we have trained it with around more than 10,000 models with a RoboFlow using YOLO V8 module. So this is mainly for the purpose of false positives. So, and we are going to integrate the ultrasonic sensors in the perimeters of the fence, such that when any nomads or any animals enter, they trigger the mechanism and turn on the electric fencing and the motor and this thing. So we are
time guys, wrap it up in 10 seconds.
We have also used IoTs for turning on the water pump for the ease of farmers.
conclusion.
One sentence, I'll give you one sentence. One sentence. Please don't trip over the carpet behind you.
So we are very happy to solve this problem as it doesn't affect just the farmers but also the animals.
That's one sentence. I'm counting. You just say thank you. You delivered your message, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the video of
How do you distinguish yourself from the others? Did you see the others, guys?
Yes, sir.
So how do you distinguish yourself from the others?
So we think our AI model is the unique in this because we have trained it with our own codes, with our own Python modules, and we feel it is very much accurate by with detecting the false positives. Anyone can do this, but our AI model we think it's special.
How about the humans? Humans also actually did that, right? Human problem also you need to solve.
Yeah, sir. So we have trained the model with 4 animals, and it can detect the human beings also, such as the first animal is which Vikas Sharma was facing is a wild boar. Then humans, wild boars, monkeys, nilgais. So we have trained it with such images. So the AI model detects and triggers the mechanism based on the animal detected.
Sir, also one more thing, the other team had mentioned about the electric shocks and those things which are killing the animals. We didn't want to include such things, so we have included a motor. This motor will sprinkle the water on the animals that will send them away, and also we have an LED light that blinks when it detects the animals in the range. So these animals, this will scare the animals and they tend to move away, and it doesn't kill the animals. Basically, we don't want the animals also to be killed. We want to maintain a balance.
All right. So again, can you talk about immersion? Like, what was your immersion? Did you guys talk to any? You spoke to any farmer or visited a farm? How did you go about your immersion process?
Sir, actually we stay in Bangalore, and we didn't find any farmer farm which which had strawberry, which they grow strawberry. So we just spoke with two of the farmers. One who grew normal vegetables and what were the major issues they were facing. The other one who grew strawberries. Now they have started growing strawberries in Karnataka. It is just like a general phase, but not like Maharashtra nor Haryana. In Karnataka they have just started. So we just asked what are the new difficulties. So what are the major difficulties you are facing? So these are some of the problems they mentioned. So we thought that if Karnataka, if there's more growing of strawberry in Karnataka, we can increase the production and meet the demands of the people.
The solution you have used is infrared cameras. You have lights as well. You have water. You have sound as well as part of the solution to scare away the animals?
Sir, we have sound.
Okay. So this watering thing, how did you come about this idea of watering, and does it have a positive or negative impact, like overwatering of plants?
Actually, if we had increased the delay, then it would create a negative impact. But as strawberries need much of water, then we don't think this would impact the strawberries much more. And we created this water because the birds, some birds are neither scared of sounds nor the high range frequencies. So when this sprinkler system is just only for it's like a water blast, that's all, for 5 seconds or 10 seconds. So we have created a delay that such that it activates for only 5 seconds or 10 seconds.
Okay. And what has been your analysis about the cost of solution, and is it feasible for a farmer to have the solution?
Sir, the cost, exactly we don't know the cost, but it costs around, it is like a one-time investment. So and the thing is, now every farmer wants technology. The thing is, without technology, they don't want, the thing is, modern technologies, they give them something like, more satisfactory things. So, the cost is around 5,000, but it is like a one-time investment. So, and strawberry farmers are they have a they get a good profit. It is not like normal vegetable growers who, farmers who are seen a little in the lower range of income.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You mentioned that you are training your model. Who is developing? Who is developing the Python code, and who is?
Ma'am, actually we have a website called RoboFlow, where we are adding much of the images we are adding the data sets. We are taking the data sets from over the farm, the real time which we have clicked, and from the Google we are taking the much of the data sets, and we are training it in RoboFlow. We are analyzing the data. We created a model. We have created many such models, but we have chosen the best model which has more accuracy. So we have trained it. We took it from that, and we have integrated it to Raspberry Pi. So the image is processed, and we have more than 10,000 of images. So it gives much of the accuracy.
So I understand around the image recognition part.
Yes,
I am just trying to see the overall integration of that with the model that you are creating.
Yeah. So we have used TXD controller here, and we can't use the object detection. We could not connect the camera to TXD. So we thought of an alternative such as Raspberry Pi, so that it would give more, the processing speed is more, and it's most of a computer, so it would be easy for us to do the image processing.
It is not supported in the TXT camera. So we thought of including the Raspberry Pi too, because this doesn't support the image recognition.
Okay, well done. Thank you.
Sir, I would add
just one last question. How about the darkness and the effectiveness of camera solution?
Yeah, sir. I totally agree that camera is visible in the morning time, but in the night we don't have any choice relying on the non-visual detectors. But we have our LEDs blinking in the night. We have a prototype idea that we are going to face the LEDs facing the ground. So the animals which come when detected, the light blink. So the animals are they're light sensitive, and they run away. According to
most of the problem is at night only, though, right? Because in daytime everyone is available.
Yeah, sir. But as night cameras, they cost again more.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. He had asked one question on the person, right? People also are something that we want to be tracking. So how is that AI solution tracking, or what is the solution for humans who are entering into it?
Sir, it's not just like humans. It's just the data you feed. It's like the humans, you feed the data of humans, how they look, and for example, I have feeded the data of animals, pictures of animals, how they look. So the AI creates a boundary around the animals based on the color, based on the appearance. So it just, if you stand in front of the camera, it detects you as a person.
Sensor notification basically.
I wanted to add you, sir, you asked that about the moisture levels.
Yeah.
So we have also added a soil moisture sensor, which the farmer can access it through IoT. We have a IoT app ready with us. Whenever the soil moisture reaches a certain level, it detects the farmer. Because in Karnataka, the main reason is it's hot and dry climate, and the strawberries need much of the water. It needs 1 to 1.5 rainfall per year. So we just thought of adding soil moisture and connected it with IoT.
All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Great work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. Our next team is impenetrable singularity.
Connect and see how far it will go.
Patience. All set? You guys have a mic?
Yes, yes.
Huh? No, check the mic.
Hello, hello.
Okay. -5 for stealing my podium. Your time starts now.
Hello world. We are impenetrable singularity. And we are here with a vision. I want you to take your position of Pooja Verma, an undergraduate student living in the rural areas of Hisar. So now that you are Pooja Verma, you have high hopes and aspirations about your future. Yet they are all shattered because you have to wake up every day to a nightmare of having to wait long hours in queues in bus stops every single day so that you could reach to your classes. And when you reach your classes, you find out you're late, which means you're marked absent, and that hinders your academic performance. That ultimately culminates you into not being able to reach the position where you wanted to reach. So this is all the problem that Pooja Verma faces. She has academic hindrance. She also has irregular schedules because of the buses. And if we see the local transport options, they're usually unsafe for women and they're always overcrowded. And there's also a question of comfort in these situations. And also we need to make sure it is cost effective enough that she is able to use it. So in this situation, I ask you friends, what is the solution?
Introducing ACE. ACE is a sustainable private transport which is reliable, safe and affordable for students like Pooja Verma.
So basically what we are doing is we are creating a business model in which all will be aware of the parent company of the Google. What is it? Can anyone tell please? Yeah, it is Alphabet. What we are doing in our business model is we are creating a parent company and the sub companies of the company. what it will do is we are basically creating an energy system which would then run the buses in the cities. So first we will take the government buses, which are naturally old. We'll take the buses and we'll completely remove the engine. When we completely remove the engine, the weight of the bus will be completely reduced. If the weight of the bus is completely reduced, the cost will also be reduced. So we are choosing, in our solution is we are choosing, sorry for my English is bad. Yeah. Can you adjust? Okay. Okay. So we'll basically remove the engine and put BLDC motors. BLDC motors is brushless DC motor. We are using this specification because we need high efficiency to make it electric. So why we are making it electric? Why we are making it electric is because this Pooja Verma is living in a city called Haryana. I mean, it's not a city, it's Hisar from Haryana. Haryana is a cold area. So in a cold area, combustion cannot happen easily. So to overcome that problem, we are eliminating the combustion engine completely. If we remove the combustion engine completely, the heat there will be no need to generate the heat. If there is no need to generate the heat, we can attach the BLDC motors to run it electric. So that's the renovations we do to the buses. And then next, we also need to talk about the interchanges where the buses meet.
Interchanges are like bus stands where buses have to go from the interchanges to outwards. Before going, the interchanges, the staff will check about the security checks and then about cleaning. Then in the interchanges, the buses will get recharged at the battery of the electric vehicle. Then when the buses come back to the interchange, it will get security checks and cleaning. This opens up new employment opportunities as the cleaners and
90
bus
seconds
drivers.
left.
So next, let's see how Pooja Verma gets inside the bus. So for that, we have a smart card app. So we use this card, which is basically a QR code. Then we use it to scan it through our Python code. So I'll explain how this system works. So right now, in his hands, you can see a QR code. That QR code will be scanned by our system present in the buses, which will then scan to find the biometric data that Pooja Verma has. This biometric data is very important for future R&D and research purposes. So we'll see that in action right now, but I'll also say you about the app system we are working in. So we also have an app which is used to
Time is
monitor.
up, gentlemen. Time is up. Time is up. 10 seconds.
Yeah, so basically
wrap it up. Think about what you want to say in 10 seconds.
will be deducted by this QR code deductor, which is built with Python. We made it with OpenCV. OpenCV is an open source library for Python.
And with that, we're done.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Should have thought about it, no, before saying it on the mic.
I'm really sorry.
Nah, that's okay. That's okay. We all say it. Over to you.
So, you would like to? Honestly, you have picked up very complicated problems, right? Governments around the world are trying to solve this problem, so it's not an easy one to address. First of all, like in this case, I feel personally, immersion, we know the problem. Okay, identifying the problem is given, and you can see day to day, wherever you go. You don't have to go any place far to see the problem. How did you, the immersion for me requires at the time of designing the solution. So, did you take any help from, say, industry?
Yes, sir.
Hello. So, I'll try to be as loud as possible. For me, the solution is to have to talk to industry or people in this business to see how to solve this problem, right? Because the problem is very evident and visible. solution is the difficult part. So was any part of your immersion related to talking to people who have some experience of, say, transportation or energy or any kind of simplifying the transportation business?
Yes, so during the process, we actually have had few transport managers. We contacted them, we asked for their opinions on the topic, and for the energy wise, we have created a new system of energy, which will, you're not allowed to show it. Okay, yeah. We have created a new system of energy that will use it to generate renewable energy. So it works completely on renewable energy, so there's no emissions.
So the energy created from the sustainable energy plant, which is of zero emission, no carbon, will transfer through these wires. These are called, so basically we are not attaching batteries into this car. Every electric cars or buses has battery in it, which is the major factor for cost. So we are completely removing the battery. Then how do we get the energy? We get the energy actively. Through the means of the sidelines, which is like post cards or post transfer energy stations, and these are held with coils. And when this, we are using a basic physics phenomenon. We are. Please sir, sorry.
Hold. Are you answering the question or are you finishing your?
No sir. We are doing the same. We are doing it simultaneously, sir.
Answer the question. Don't try and finish what you have not said.
Okay, sir. The basic phenomenon is when you pass electricity, current through a coil, it produces a magnetic field. It is a basic phenomenon of physics. So when we bring another coil,
that's
through a magnetic
field. But I got the point. What
electromagnetic induction, sir?
The question I would say is that this problem that is being discussed is to solve someone's problem. But we are going into innovating something new that could be used. So the fundamental problem will have to wait till the time you come up with all of these technologies to solve the problem. Did we think of something that solves the problem of that girl with the technology that exists today by combining what is there, right? And just building a solution which solves the problem maybe say in 6 months rather than having to wait for many years, because this requires R&D and a whole lot of things, right? By that time that girl will be old, right? So
yes sir, we could have done a solution like that, but then it would become bare bones, and when new technology comes it might fall apart and break, and we might need to re-innovate it again and again. So we thought if we are giving a solution to someone, let it be a permanent one and let it last as long as it can. And to give a solution now, we also have an app which will track the buses. So it could be implemented.
No, I understand. See,
can we show it to you, sir?
No, that's okay. We will see later. We are here for some time.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to make some statement and I want you to defend that, okay? What I read in the persona is infrequent schedules, long wait times, discomfort, safety. And your solution is talking about inventing some bus system which is basically a better way of running or efficient way of running a system. How did you address those 4 problems through your solution?
Due to time constraints, we are not able to get it to it, sir. But we have, so for safety reasons, we have a camera module which will be present on the top, which will be, we'll record every student all the time. And when there is any harassment detected through the cameras, which will then be reported. And we also have barriers between each seats so that they get extra privacy and time to study as well. And when it comes for comfort, we have also upgraded the seats to be much more comfortable. And instead of it being combined buses, these are single seat buses.
No demos, please. No demos. Put it down. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
You have a very big vision, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I'll get it. I'll get it after that.
The next team is ground genius, literally one of a kind.
Warm wishes to the honorable jury members, hard-working mentors and my talented mates. Before starting up with the presentation, I want you guys to imagine a hypothetical situation. Imagine that you are a farmer working in your field, tirelessly spraying fertilizers, sowing your field, harvesting crops, but you don't know the fact that your land is barren. Your land keeps producing less and less output each and every year. Well, what if I say that this is not hypothetical? This is basically the problem farmers like Ravi Kumar faces each and every day. The problem is profound and the need for an accessible, affordable and easy to use solution is a must. This is where my model Mrida comes in. Well, Mrida is not a model, not a product, not a service. It's basically a huge idea. It's not a service, but I'm planning to promote this as an NGO. Like, how will it work? So let me explain it. Like, have you seen those urban clamp apps where you can order services of AC cleaning, beauty services? Then why not something like that for our farmers? I have planned a user-friendly interface for the farmers where they can order services. Services like recommending crops, the perfect amount for fertilizers, the labor prices at the market, or the prices of the crops which they are currently growing, the prices of that in the market. For today, I have focused on the service crop recommendation. So looks like we are short on time, so I'll show you my prototype once. So this is basically the Mrida model. So this is incorporated with several sensors. For now, I have used a pH sensor. I have used a pH sensor, NPK sensor, a soil moisture sensor, and a temperature and humidity sensor. But on future scopes, we can incorporate many more sensors which will focus on the soil density and all. So let's start with the presentation. So here are the inputs. I'll put it into the soil. Here, and this is the pH sensor which we need to put into the soil. The model output is basically now in the computer software, so it will be played in the screen. So the Arduino is used as a microprocessor here which takes in inputs, and I have converted it into a CSV file and uploaded it into Python. And well, I'll be really excited to tell you about my immersion phase where I went to agricultural colleges. I'm from Chhattisgarh, so I went to Indrakala Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. I have collected the ideal conditions for crops. For now, my data is limited and the soil is basically just sand mixed with water. So here we are getting the output that there is no suitable crop found. But if we use a bigger data set, like there's some crops which can grow in less fertile soil, right? So if I incorporate it here, it can work with that as well. Well, for my future scopes, the idea Mrida basically aims to generate employment and acknowledge farmers of the fact
what their lands actually need. The employment generation basically works that we'll train local people on how to use this mrida and how to order our services and the several machines. So this will help them be expert at their fields and also generating employment. So from here we are basically giving the farmers what they want, not what they need. This is me, Ayantika Mukherjee, the ground genius from Krishna Public School, signing off. Thank you. So the video is being played on the screen. You all can have a look at it. This is basically how my model works. This is the Mrida device which will be providing our supervisors and they'll be examining it in the fields. This is where we are taking in inputs from the device. And these are the suggested crops, so there is not much nutrients in the sand and the data is limited, so it's showing that no limited crops. But if we use proper soil, it will predict common crops like wheat, rice, soya bean, peas.
Done. Time's up. So, thank you. I was really, you are alone coming here. It's really nice. So congratulations for that. My question would be, is this a problem at all? In the sense that from the place, right, where you are doing the agriculture, you know the rain, you know the soil quality, and over years we have done the farming there, right? So why is it a problem that somebody would want to know what do I grow here? Because that's nonsense ever, right? So why is that a problem in the first place is my question. Why are we is this a problem to be solved at all?
Yes sir, this is actually a problem to be solved which are also farmers are unaware of. So I think you all might have heard of Chhattisgarh as the rice bowl of India. But do you know that at least 40 to 60% of the farms in Chhattisgarh are not suitable for rice growing? Because even in Punjab, there are many crops being grown as commercial crops, which is basically not suitable for it, and they are getting less and less yield each and every year. So, like the climatic conditions 90 to 100 years back, when our fathers, grandfathers practiced, was different. But due to global warming and many such conditions, the soil's nature is being changed, the methods are being changed. So it is really important to know what's basically we need to grow in the crop.
So did this come up as part of your immersion? Like, did you get this from the agricultural university you visited, that in Chhattisgarh, this is a problem where people are growing a wrong crop?
So like I have visited agriculture universities and farmers at a basic level also, but from where I got the most input from was the Kisan Samitis. I never knew that these existed, but when I was in the immersion phase, I visited a Kisan Samiti. So Kisan Samiti is basically where farmers forms group and they guide them through it. So that's when I realized that the farmers, particularly in India, are facing this issue, like over the internet as well, and in Chhattisgarh, Punjab, everywhere, they are facing this issue that the output every year is becoming less and less. So there was this condition, research done in IKSPV, that where we found that the soils in Chhattisgarh is actually appropriate for horticulture, which is like for the vegetables, but farmers keep cultivating rice because they think that the more the output, the more the profit they get, but it's basically the quality is low and they don't get the output which they actually want.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I'm still not able to relate it with the persona. Here it says to reduce the environmental pollution caused by the stubble burning and all. So how is your solution helping to solve that problem?
So well, Ravi Kumar is a farmer who's practicing stubble burning after cultivating paddy, and there's two major challenges he faced, which is after stubble burning the pollution created, but stubble burning also causes a lot harm to the soil. I have focused on the soil because soil is a huge field, and it's not only Ravi Kumar who is facing this problem, but there's many issues with the soil with different personas in our I3R2 program as well. So that's why I have focused on the soil.
Okay, so you are not considering the pollution, air pollution part, which I believe is one of the problem statement here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
All right, thank you, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And up next, we have the final team for the evening, Blossom Works. All set? Your time starts now.
Dear Team Blossom Works from Tamil Nadu. Myself Jaya. Myself Varun. I am Kadir. Okay boys, let's meet a viticulturist. Let's meet a viticulturist and understand his problem so we can better empathize and reflect on our projects.
Hi sir, these are my friends. We came here to ask problems about your viticulture and to find the solutions for your problems that you face so that you can work peacefully.
But why do you want to solve my problems?
As we know that rural India is the heart of real India. So uplifting the rural India would lead to the betterment of our country.
We'll come up with a solution. Okay. Can you just explain your problems which are faced by you?
So I basically face the following problems: uneven ripening of grapes, and the freshness. I'm not able to preserve the freshness after the post-harvest as well.
Don't worry. We'll come up with a better solution, and we'll give you a better solution to solve all these problems.
It may seem like a lot of problems are there, but don't worry, we'll find the solutions to the problems that you face.
Hey, innovators, hi.
Hi Ramesh, we worked hard and we found a solution for problems faced by you. We found a solution that is named as GrapeBot, and I'll explain the working model of this. We have inculcated 4 tires, which gives a rover-like look to our project. We have also inculcated ultrasonic sensors. So basically, ultrasonic sensor senses the things which comes close to it. Here, it plays a crucial role. As the rover moves, it senses whether the grapes are coming close to it or not. If it's coming close, it will stop the rover movement and it will pop out the camera, which you can see there. The camera senses whether the grape bunch is ripe or not, and accordingly it can do the work. I'll give the mic to Kadir and he'll explain more.
And the camera has machine learning where it detects whether the grape is ripe or not. And if it is ripe, it will cut and put it into one specific box. And if it is overripe also, it will put in one specific box. And the rotten grapes will be put in another box. So we are cutting rotten grapes because it could rot other grapes surrounding it. And this is our project. The net will be under the cutter, and the cutter will cut the grapes stem, and the grape will fall into the net. And the net will go to the allocated box, and it will place the grape there.
That all seems fine, but what if some dust or white particles get stuck in the grapes?
It's learning part, my friends. So that I have an idea for it. We have a sprinkler oven, so the sprinkler will spray tiny particles of water in it, so that it will clear all the dust, so the camera could see perfectly whether the grapes are ripened or not, overripe, anything. Now, moving on to the storage. Now we have 3 compartments: ripe, rotten, and overripe. Now the ripe, all these 3 will have hay bales and straws. What do I mean by that is we can increase the shelf life of these grapes by storing it using hay bales. Now the net catches the grapes and perfectly places it any one of these 3. Now how is that done? It's perfectly designed using the camera. The camera perfectly chooses which place it needs to go, and the net perfectly turns and drops it. Now for later on storage, we have a cold storage unit which can increase and maintain it better.
Now you might have a question, why do you need rotten grapes and overripe grapes? You can use only ripe grapes. Now many farmers think very monotonously, but we have brought a new idea. Overripe grapes can be used as squashes, jams, and many other wines, and you can make wines and you can make those things from
Gentlemen, 1 minute of movie time left.
rotten grapes, you can do it. You can make it for compost. Now I'll show you the working model of our project.
Time's up, gentlemen.
The camera detects based on the color, and if the color changes, it to overripe, it means overripe, and it will put in one box, and it's used for wine industry. And in rotten, it is used because the surrounding grapes will not get spoiled, and also you can use it for manners and other things.
But in the bunch, we will just have only few rotten then.
If it is few rotten, then that will also be considered, because we can't give unquality grapes to the farmers, and also these rotten grapes will also affect other grapes surrounding it if we put it in the fish pile.
All right, guys. Hello. Is it working? You are demonstrating it, is it? Okay, I think your time is up too. So I have a question again on immersion. How did you, in like all the things that you have said about only some grapes being bad will also be considered as bad and all. what did you get any active input from anyone, any farmer, or how did you really understand the whole problem in the field?
Sir, actually we went to, we came from Coimbatore, sir, and Coimbatore there's a place called Tondamuthur, and there we have one grape farm, sir. In the grape farm we visited one farmer, sir, and the farmer told that, gave all the inputs on how the grapes grow, where it is placed and everything, sir. So we got active inputs from him, and we saw all the research articles and case studies on the data sheets of the largest producer of grapes, which is Maharashtra, which is 73%, and we got more inputs from the case studies and those things, and we also went to the grape farm, official grape farm in the
Okay, and this inputs about grapes being segregated into 3 things, do they actively do as part of their harvest?
Sir, actually, as the part of their harvest, they won't do, sir, but we are giving a solution so that the rotten grapes, the farmers also doesn't get affected because of the rotten grapes, which other grapes also gets rotten, and the ripe grapes are perfectly sold in the market, and the overripe grapes are sold so that the wine production, it costs creates more profit for the farmers, so that we create it.
Okay. And did you talk about cost, how much can he afford and what?
Sir, actually we spoke to him, sir. Usually, hiring laborers, even for a small land, if they want to hurry up the process, sir, they might need more laborers, sir. Actually, our project costs roughly around, when I calculated using metal sheets and other things, costs roughly around 9,000 to 10,000 reals, sir. So this might be actually affordable if you calculate it for how much time it runs, sir. Actually, this is now using this we can harvest it in single time, sir. We don't need to harvest it in different times of the period of growth, sir. So we also save time and we also save money of the person.
Just one of your co-presenter, previous presenter told that there are 2 harvesting, right? The black grapes get harvested twice a year. Okay, so what about when you build this machine, do you think about or did you think about maintenance of it and the skills that are required to maintain this machinery?
Sir, actually we thought about it, sir. So it's a one-time investment machine because it can go around the farm and it can be used once or twice in a year. So the maintenance won't be that much because it's used in a less period, and also the more grapes are cut, sir, so the farmers get benefited from it.
You said you have the camera, right? Does it actually work on the AI, artificial intelligence, ML? Does it actually just detect the grapes being there and then it goes closer and then ripen and all that is through the AI and ML?
Yes, sir. Actually, we are working on it, sir, about the machine learning, and we are going to feed more images about rotten grapes, ripe grapes, overripe grapes, and all the grapes, sir, so that the percentage of the grape ripen on the percentage of the grapes overripen will also be seen in it, and with that information, other functions will be done in this machine rover, sir.
Okay, you haven't implemented that yet, is that right?
Sir, actually we didn't implement machine learning, sir, but we implemented the camera, and the camera will have color detecting things, sir. So the color will be the grapes color will be detected by the camera, and if it is this color, then it will be the function will be it, and if it is in the more ripened color, it will be.
How does it detect what color is it?
Sir, that's what, sir. We used a camera over here, and that camera has color detecting inside it, sir, so it will detect the color of the grapes.
How?
Sir,
how does it know what color is it?
Sir, actually for that we have coded a bit from the block
You coded, okay.
Yeah, we have coded in black codes, and we have given input of if you sense this color, you can cut this. But the problem we are getting here is it doesn't give one scale of color. Suppose it's giving grey now, it doesn't give one scale of grey, it gives all scales of grey. So due to that only.
Thank you, gentlemen. brings us to the end of the presentations. We will take a short break and reconvene in, when will we reconvene, Praveen? It's now 4:30. 5. We'll come back here at 5. Thank you.
Hello? Yeah. So before students, you go to the cafeteria. I want each member from one group to assemble here. Yeah, but सारे टीम का है और you also needed the person has ना आपको कैसे चाहिए उनको आइडिया कैसा आएगा which person has which I have the personas. What I thought was according to personas I'll send the charts. So the grading is good. अच्छा for grading. We have it here only.
Second floor.
Wait. No, you can leave. You can go back to the cafeteria. Yeah, you can go back to the cafeteria.
This event has been an incredible journey of innovation and creativity. We have the privilege, on behalf of Pravaha, Kriya Learning and T-Works, we have the privilege of introducing our guest of honor, Padma Shri C.V. Raju Garu is a renowned Indian toy maker and innovator from Ettikopaka in the Vizianagaram district, Andhra Pradesh. Known for his exceptional contributions to the traditional toy industry, Raju Garu has revitalized the craft of Ettikopaka toys by developing innovative vegetable-based dyes and pioneering techniques to extend the shelf life. His dedication to preserving and advancing this traditional art form has garnered significant recognition. In addition to his work with dyes and tools, Raju Garu has earned widespread acclaim for his efforts to promote the traditional toy industry. His remarkable achievements were highlighted by the Indian Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, in the 68th edition of the Man Ki Baat radio program. In 2023, he was honored with the Padma Shri, one of India's highest civilian awards, in recognition of his outstanding contributions and commitment to preserving cultural heritage. We are privileged to have Raju Garu here with us today, and we look forward to gaining inspiration from his remarkable journey and innovative spirit. Please join me in welcoming Raju Garu. We are honored to have three distinguished individuals who played a crucial role in evaluating all the work that's been done by these young innovators. It's our pleasure to introduce our esteemed judges, Mr. Balaji Patakula, Ms. Nidhi Joshi, and Mr. Vivek Sapre. Mr. Balaji is a lead engineer at Apple Maps, where he has been instrumental in developing global mapping solutions since 2016. With a rich background in technology, he has held key roles including software engineering specialist at ASRC Federal Vistronics and application development manager at JP Morgan Chase. He has also contributed as a solutions architect at Citigroup and an architect at IPC Systems. Mr. Patakula holds a master's degree from IIIT Hyderabad and a bachelor's degree from Andhra University. Mr. Balaji, we request you to share a few words about your experience.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Balaji. Thanks for the intro. It's great to be here. A lot of good stuff. I mean, I'm like amazed at the quality of the work that has been presented, just from the 8th graders and all. While we were growing up, we used to think about like, all the jobs and everything, innovation should be fostered by the government, right? So you always look at the government doing all the projects and all, we should actually go and then innovate. Gone are those days, right? We all need to be entrepreneurs. We all need to innovate and then find the solutions for the problems that we see around. And there is no better place than doing these kind of things, right? And to learn those things and inculcate right from the ground up. And I've seen that, just like you guys are actually taking the problems and then trying to understand the pain points and then trying to identify the solutions. It's a great thing, right? We always used to think about think outside the box, right? What is thinking outside the box? Right? I've seen those things today. I'll just give you one quick tidbit which helped me over the years thinking outside the box, right? So every time we look at it, right? I wanted to actually design a chair for my grandfather. What do you think, right? Oh, chair. What is it? Your mental model goes to 4 legs, armrest, and then just innovate. What do you innovate, right? You put maybe armrest will have some Wi-Fi connectivity and all those things. But that's where it stops, right? Thinking outside the box. Everybody wants to say, think outside the box. How do you do that? That's the most important thing. The thing that which I learned is like think in terms of verbs, right? Think in terms of the verbs, not in terms of the nouns. Like never think that you are designing a chair. You are designing something to sit on. Okay. Once you start inculcating that practice of looking at everything, where you look at a problem and then thinking in terms of the verbs, not in terms of the nouns, right? Once you put a noun, that means somebody already invented. All you are doing is just like making a delta change to it. But if you start thinking in terms of verbs, something to sit on, right? This could be something to sit on. It could be like a cradle, right? Or it could be a rock, or it could be like a beanbag. Like many things. Your mental model has to evolve from being a nouns to the verbs. So that's one thing that I would say, like just please think about it, right? Because I've seen that all the things you are putting technology in front of the problem and trying to solve that. Think backwards, right? Like, first find the problem and think in terms of verbs. How do I solve that problem? Then if you actually start inculcating that kind of a practice, you will find like great solutions along the way. Like I said, like gone are those days where we actually look back into government and see like this is a big project coming up, we need to innovate. We need to be entrepreneurs for the country to move on, and then we all like just like I think I have like around 30 years of software experience now, but we are looking forward for you guys to innovate and going forward. Thank you, and thanks for giving us time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bhagat. We also have with us Ms. Nidhi Joshi. She is Associate Director and part of the Senior Technology Leadership Team at Invesco. With 20 years of industry experience in fintech, she has held various roles including full-stack Microsoft developer, architect, and program director, notably architecting an Invesco patented product. She brings over 13 years of leadership experience, having managed high-performance teams and co-founded Invesco's Women in Tech. She was the runner-up in the HYSEA Intercompany Hackathon and has served as a jury member for several hackathons in Invesco and outside, to include campus hackathons in universities like NITs and University of Hyderabad, etc. We'd like Ms. Nidhi to share a few words about her experience here.
So in the beginning, actually, sir mentioned that, are you tensed? Trust me, I'm tensed at this point of time. Commendable job by all the teams, okay? I have, as sir mentioned, several hackathons I've led, I have participated, I have judged, but this one was, one of the kind. With, such small kids coming in and presenting, trust me, you all will go a very, very long way. So all the best to you, and there is nothing called winning and losing here, okay? You're taking back a lot of knowledge along with you when you're going back, okay? So don't get disheartened. We had very tough, in terms of decision making, it was really tough for us to make this decision, who would be the winner. So all the 10 teams, they did fabulous job, and they were just marginally, differentiating from each other, okay? So all of you have a very, very great career, and I'm sure one day, as sir mentioned, you will be a big problem solver, you will be an innovator, and all the best. I think India and the world has, good strength coming in, so all the best.
Thank you, Nidhi. We have with us our third panel member, Mr. Vivek Sapre. He is a seasoned senior technology leader with over 17 years of experience in software product development across the online gaming, financial and telecom sectors, leading teams of 80 to 100 associates. He is known for driving transformational technology initiatives, regulatory integrations, and managing technical due diligence during mergers and acquisitions. His expertise includes establishing centers of excellence for framework development and process improvement, as well as leading enterprise class application design, development, and performance for private cloud platforms. With 8 years of international experience, he has worked in cross-cultural environments, mentoring many high-performance teams. Mr. Vivek, if you could share a few words about your experience.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. First of all, thank you, Praveen, Venki, for giving me this opportunity to really experience the energy, experience the, capability to think really big and really, stretching the limits of what, can be done. And you guys are really, really young and really the amount of thought that you put in, the research you did was really amazing, and I'm really feeling charged having sit through this whole presentation. So really, really great work, guys. Again, as she said, we had a very hard choice to make. So some of that you did good in certain things, some of you did good in other things. But overall, we had to select a few people. So those who do not get selected, don't be disheartened. A lot of you have a very, very wide vision, and probably your thought process is not put a boundary across by the realities, which is very good, really. Keep at it, and I'm sure this whole learning that you have through this thing will really help you to grow further. So thank you, and best of luck for next such hackathons. And I really wish you all the best as you progress through your career. Thank you.
We will now request our guest of honor to say a few words.
Thank you very much. But I am not good at English. But I really appreciate the initiative and the collaboration of Pravaha, Priya, and T-Works together, and they are bringing almost 3 generations under one roof. And I really appreciate it and congratulations for all these young minds with their solutions or their innovations. And finally, I suggested 1 or 2 suggestions I have given. At least we try to connect them to the right platform to incubate their solutions or ideas or innovations to make it into practicality. And I really admired about the depth, some of them. They're talking about soil moisture, character of the soil, like
think about and call the real India. It started in August. We embarked on a journey with a mission to make a tangible difference by involving some of the brightest minds, and schools from across India nominated participants. There were almost 100 plus students that were nominated, and they were introduced to the personas which represented real people and real problems that existed in rural India. For 2 weeks, these young innovators researched and then immersed themselves in the personas, and following the immersion process, they came up with what their research told them, what they thought of the persona, what they thought of the problem. They presented the research findings, and from these teams, top 50 teams were shortlisted based on the quality of their research, emotional connection, and the level of immersion that they had displayed. The teams then progressed to the ideation phase, where they used the research that they had conducted to come up with what their ideas were on the solutions to the problems that their specific personas had. And from this pool, 9 teams were selected and are the finalists. So give yourself a big round of applause, guys. And here they were able to use all the cutting edge tools, resources, other opportunities that they had here in this incredible place called Works schools. Using that over 4.5 days, 3 days actually, they've created solutions, and a lot has happened in these 3 days. From ideas that were there in ideation, to the changes that they made based on what they saw here, to the changes that they had to make because of certain constraints that happened while they were making. It's been these 3 days, so right? And yeah, you can actually see the smiles now. You know, all the tension is gone, and then everybody is relaxed. Yes, waiting for the prizes. I know. So one of the things that happened on the first day was ideas that were there, ideation, the changes that they made based on what they saw here came from diverse backgrounds. The changes that they Brigadier clinician who runs Largest K12 Miss Akhila, who works with Brigadier Sir. We had Mr. Shrikant Chindi, who brought in industry and business experience, and Ashok Gore, who's a grassroots, young grassroots entrepreneur who manufactures farming tools in rural Telangana. So we had a round panel, and the teams were able to get different perspectives on the various problems, and we had a Q&A session. So, and for some of the teams, that was pivotal in actually, changing their ideas as to what they came with, different perspectives that they received. And here we are. So, we say that all good things must come to an end. We don't agree. We believe that all great things have a beginning. And every beginning is a journey, and it starts with one small step. And we hope that this is a beginning of one of the greatest journeys of all our lives. All good things must come to an end, and we will now move on to, we believe that all great things certificate distribution for the, and every beginning is a journey, and it starts with Mr. Balaji Kasmal said on this on stage. And we hope that this is a beginning of one of the greatest journeys of all our lives. All good things must come to an end, and we will now move on to, we believe that all great things certificate distribution for the, and every beginning is every beginning is a journey. And we hope that this is a beginning of one of the greatest journeys of all good things must come to an end. We will now move on to, we believe that all great things certificate distribution for the, Thank you. Can we have team Tech Wizards on stage, please? Thank you. Now request Ms. Nidhi to hand over the certificates to the other two rooms. Team ImagineX's. Thank you. We have team engineers, ideators. Can we have yours? Thank you. We have impenetrable singularity. We have you on stage. Thank you. We have the ground genius on stage. Thank you. So now we come to the uninteresting part of the evening, which is the announcement of rather uninteresting part of the evening, which is the announcement of the prizes. So we have two runners-up, and we will now announce the names of the runners-up. First runner-up is Praveen, second is me. Okay, first runner-up. Sonic Challengers. First runner-up, I think there are two equal runners-ups. That's what I meant, like, come, you are the runner-up. We request Raju Garu to please come on stage. And you guys win a cash prize of 45,000 rupees. Thank you. The next runner-up is Blossom Works. Congratulations and thank you. You can ask us now. Should we move on to the next part of the program? You guys thought you won the first prize, no? The only team left. Did you? Did you or did you not? Yes, you did. Nice counselor. We are not going to make it that easy. Because by the process of elimination, you guys will know. Yes, you will have to leave off the stage now. There are other things to do. We now request Director and Vinod Kailas, Director and Trustee of our Foundation, to say a few words.
Good evening. Good evening, to all the judges, respected Rajesh sir, thanks from Priya and Maha and students. Hope you all had a lovely experience for the last 3 days. We certainly did. I did ask you guys that based on the quality of this particular hackathon, we'll decide on what to do. You gave us enough motivation, I would say, and inspiration to sort of do this in a much perhaps bigger way, Praveen, next year. So congratulations to everybody that has won. But for all the others as well, coming all the way from 100 to the last 9 teams over here, that's quite an achievement. Please continue to build, continue to innovate, and please feel free to reach out to us, Mahesh, Sujit, if you want to do anything further with your ideas. We will also try and stay in touch to see how we can add you to more of our programs and stay in touch as you progress along this journey. Nice. Thank you everyone, and I especially want to thank Rajesh sir for coming all the way here to do this.
Thank you, Vinoda. We would like to have all the dignitaries on stage, please. All of you. And we would now request Ms. Vinoda to felicitate. Praveen, you want to say a few words?
Good evening. Very eminent personalities on the stage. Future innovators, future leaders, future entrepreneurs, future of this country. Their parents who have been here very patiently. I wanted to share with you one poem that I grew up very inspired with. This is unfortunately in Telugu. I'll try and translate it for you. This is by the great poet Potana, right? And he says, Urakararu Mahanubhavu Adamula Illakaru Vari Raka Anni Subhamulaku Nani. Didn't say the last part right, but what it means is, great people do not come to your houses just like that, but when they come, their coming is harbinger of everything good in your life. He is one of those Mahatmas that we should all be proud to be standing. Because it is not every day that you get to meet a person who sacrifices his life to protect a cultural achievement of our country and hand it over to you. He was the custodian, restorer, and somebody that has saved the treasure, unearthed the treasure to hand it over to you guys. So a culture that you should be so proud of. For those of you who don't know what he did, he revived the art of Etikoppa is more importantly the art of organic colors. You see a lot of those colors displayed there, right? they have absolutely 0% artificial coloring in them. And that is not a mean achievement. He's very humble. I thought he would share his journey, so I don't like to say few things unnecessarily, but I asked Mahesh 2 minutes, he's kind enough to give me permission, to tell you how eminent a personality that is there in front of you. Hopefully you'll take inspiration. He was kind enough to spend the entire day with us, right? Take his blessings, right? And you're blessed. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. We now request Ms. Vinoda to felicitate Ms. Nidhi. I request Vinoda to felicitate Mr. Balaji. Praveen will now felicitate Ms. Vinoda. It's a present from Raju Garu. Yes, please. The next step, as always, as expected, is that we will capture this moment with a group photo. So, request you all to join us on stage for the group photo. Once again, are we doing it outside, Praveen, or here? Janvi, where are we doing the group photo? Everybody. All have to come on stage. Everybody on this stage. How will everybody come on this stage? Okay, everybody just gather here, according to Janvi. हाँ, ये बाद में भी हो सकता है. Hello, get on stage. Do all this later. Quickly. Why so slow again? They're already there.
Me too.
Makeathon fashion, we've had at the last minute, just when things were on stage, we've had a small glitch. Request you to be seated for, request everybody to be seated because we have a vote of thanks by Akshara and Danvita, who are two of the volunteers for being here for all 3 days. And it was kind of my fault also, a last minute thing, which I forgot to.
Good evening everyone. As we conclude the I3R2 Makeathon, I want to take a moment to sincerely thank everyone who made this event a success. A big thank you to you, our judges and our guest speakers for your valuable time, insights and support. Your guidance has been instrumental in shaping the ideas we have brought to life today.
A special thank you goes to Pravaha Foundation and D-Works, whose support and collaboration were crucial in bringing this event to fruition. I also want to extend our gratitude to our volunteers, whose hard work behind the scenes ensured that this event ran smoothly. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and we are deeply thankful for your contribution.
To the parents and teachers who accompanied the students, your encouragement and willingness to be here to support the students have made a huge difference. To our amazing participants, your innovation, creativity, and determination have been truly inspiring. Each of you has shown incredible potential, and we are excited to see where your talent takes you next.
As we wrap up, I encourage you to carry forward the connections you've made and the ideas you've gained. Let's continue to build on the momentum of this event and strive for excellence in everything we do. We hope you leave here with not only new knowledge and inspiration, but also a renewed sense of purpose and enthusiasm. Safe travels, and we look forward to seeing you at our future events.
Thank you once again for being here and for making the I3R2 Makeathon a memorable and impactful experience. Have a great evening. Thanks.
Thank you. And that brings us to the end of the day's function. And this time, I truly mean it. It is actually the end of the day's function. Thank you all for being here.